the first step is you got to get mad. The first step is you have to know exactly what you don't want and be disgusted with it. You have to have contracted energy first. You got to get mad as hell. You have to get mad. You have to get that contracted energy and say, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired, and then you can manifest what you want.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
This is the Kevin Trudeau Show.
I am exposing the corruption in government and in major multinational corporations. We're telling you the things that they don't want you to know that will make your life better.
You know, there's a video that I have for Global Information Network members called 10 Steps to Manifesting Your Dreams. And I showed it. I showed the interview, not the actual seminar I did. I did a seminar for Global Information Networks on the 10 Steps to Manifesting Dreams. And then I was interviewed by Peter Sage, and I showed that here on this show. And if you haven't seen it, go back and watch it. And in those 10 steps, and Peter Sage, by the way, is one of the world's foremost authorities on how to manifest goals, dreams, and desires. You should see his magnificent place that he has in Tenerife now. And he was telling me how he manifested the millions of dollars to get it. It's a story that you couldn't write a Hollywood script, but it's how it works. And when I did by the way, he achieved that after my interview. And in that interview, I said the first step, and Peter said, is to know exactly what you want. And I said, no, that's not the first step. I said, the first step is you got to get mad. The first step is you have to know exactly what you don't want and be disgusted with it. You have to have contracted energy first. You got to get mad as hell. You have to get mad. You have to get that contracted energy and say, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired, and then you can manifest what you want. When you hear all the stuff that I talk about, first, get a little mad. Don't live there. Only use that energy so that you can clearly define what you do want. Most people just live there and they just get stuck there and you create more of it. But you gotta still start there. And as I was talking about this, it reminded me of a movie that came out many years ago, which Trey, of course, never seen, and most of you have never seen, called Network. Take a look at this.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living rooms. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value. So, I want you to get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore. I want you to get up right now. Get up, go to your windows, open them, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore. Things have got to change.
How many stations does this go out?
You've got to get mad.
67.
Say,
I know it goes to Louisville and Atlanta.
I'm not going to take this anymore. Then we'll figure out what to do about the depression and the inflation and the oil crisis. But first, get up out of your chairs, open the window, stick your head out and yell, and say, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
Who are you talking to, Herb?
CGG, Atlanta.
Are they yelling in Atlanta, Herb?
Are they yelling in Atlanta, Ted?
But first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
They're yelling in Baton Rouge.
Get up out of your chair.
Son of a bitch! Yes! We struck the mother lode!
Stick your head out of the window, open it, then stick your head out and keep yelling and yell, I'm as mad as hell. I'm not going to take this anymore. Just get up from your chairs right now. Go to
Where
the
you
window.
going? I wanna
Everybody
see if
just
anybody's
go to the
yelling.
window, open it and stick your head out and yell and keep yelling. I'm mad as hell. I'm not going to take this anymore.
I'm mad as hell! I'm not gonna take it anymore! I'm mad as hell and I'm not gonna take it anymore!
I'm mad as hell. I'm not going to take it anymore.
I'm mad as hell and I'm not gonna
I'm not going to take it anymore.
I'm not gonna
I'm mad as hell.
I'm mad as hell! I'm mad as hell and I'm not gonna take this anymore! I'm mad as hell!
I'm mad as hell.
I am mad as hell!
I'm mad as hell. I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take this. I am mad as hell. And I'm not going to take this anymore.
You gotta love it. Because the first thing, if you want things in your life to change, is you're gonna have to change things in your life. And the only way you're gonna do that is first start by saying, I'm as mad as hell and I'm not gonna take it anymore. And you're not gonna take being lied to anymore by the media. You're not gonna take it anymore in your current situation, your financial situation, your crappy relationship, your weight, your health, the way you feel depressed and sad. Start by saying, I'm as mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore. And then from there, with that energy, ask yourself, what is it do I want? And from that, you can clearly define what you want and energy will be pushed into it. And that's how you start manifesting goals, dreams, and desires. That's where it starts. That's where it starts. And I was just with, and I just told you, I was with Donnie French. Hundreds of millions of dollars in business now. The guy was in prison with me for like 9 years, 10 years, 12 years, whatever it was. He comes out flat broke and within a few years makes millions of dollars. He told the story at our summer conference. He was at last year's, it was actually a dream weekend as well. And he told his amazing story. And people were just like, how is it that this son of a gun comes out and in a few years, starting with zero, has millions, and I've been playing around with the law of attraction for 20 years and I don't have jack. Because Donnie was mad as hell. He wasn't going to take it anymore. That's where you have to start. And I was with this fellow that I just talked to on the phone in Cayman. I said, how did you start? And he started off by saying, I'm as mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of my financial position. I'm sick and tired of seeing, and this one guy said, I'm sick and tired of seeing other people have all this money and not me. And that got me mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore. I'm sick of looking at all these people with more than me. Better relationships, more money, better health, happier, being able to travel the world. That's pissing me off. And from there, he said, I want money. I want freedom. I want success. I want happiness and joy. And I was with this fellow I mentioned I was having lunch with. And I was asking him his story. And his story was the same. He lived in Beverly Hills. And he said, Kevin, it would make me sick to see all these Rolls Royces and all these people in their 20s and early 30s with millions and millions and millions of dollars driving around Ferraris and Rolls Royces and everything, walking around like they own the whole world. They don't have a worry in the world because they got all this cash. They live in this big mansion. They got a butler. They got a cook. They got a maid. And he goes, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of seeing these people buy $10 million homes and say it'll be a cash deal. Close in 14 days. They get $10 million in cash that's just extra to buy a house that's going to cost them about $300,000 a year in maintenance. They just get that extra cash. And he goes, I was sick of it because they're not any more special than me and they're not any more special than you. So I asked all these people, I said, is there something that you could say is a major component to success And each one of them said the same thing. And it's what Aristotle Onassis said. Aristotle Onassis was one of the richest men in the world. And if you don't know his story, he was mad as hell. And he wasn't going to take it anymore. He was Greek. When the Turks came in during the war, First World War, he lost everything. He escaped. He was put in prison. He escaped to Argentina, I believe, either Argentina or Brazil, but to South America. And he had nothing, a suitcase, a nothing. Started with zero. He lost it all. And that made him mad as hell. And he wasn't going to take it anymore. And he knew exactly what he wanted. He wanted to achieve massive, not just a little, massive success. Because in his words was, success is the best revenge. And he became one of the wealthiest men in the world. And Aristotle Onassis said, what he did and what he suggests to anybody, if you're broke or if you want success, you hang around successful people. You go to a nice restaurant. Even you save up all your money. So once a month you can go to a nice restaurant so you can just be in a room with wealthy people. Their energy, he says, will transform you because they have a different vibrational frequency. And if you listen, maybe you'll learn something. But even if you don't even hear what they say, just being in the same room, being around successful, motivated people makes all the difference. The guys that I talked to said their friends were people that were motivated, inspired, driven to success. They worked their asses off and were committed 100% and determined to become successful. Failure was not an option. They made a decision, and that's who they hung around with. And then they hung around with people that had achieved success. Those two groups makes all the difference. And I said at the beginning of the show, I was going to give you an opportunity to get a free ticket to an event coming up where you'll have that opportunity. A potentially transformative event for you if you want more out of life. We have Family Reunion coming up, the Global Information Network Family Reunion coming up in the fall, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's an event that if we sold the ticket to the general public, it would cost a minimum of $15,000. We could easily charge $25,000 because that's what other people are charging. I'm going to give you a free ticket to that event. This event coming up in the fall in Chicago at the beautiful Palmer House Hotel, magnificent, is going to have Global Information Network members from around the world. There'll be millionaires in the room, incredibly successful people, motivated people, inspired people, driven people, happy people, people that want more out of life, nice people, considerate people, people with high vibrational frequency. Speaking at that event will be seven multi-millionaires. It is going to blow you away. You're going to be getting more success information from people that have actually done it, people that started from zero and have turned their life into multi-millionaire status, that have what you want and have been where you are. It is going to be awesome. I am going to be personally hosting the event, which means I'm going to be on stage right from the opening moment until the end. And I'll be doing training as well. And I'll be in the audience doing my energy work as well. It is going to be awesome. Hi, I'm Kevin Trudeau. This is everything they don't want you to know about to improve the quality of your life. Broadcasting every Monday and Wednesday, 2 days a week now. Monday and Wednesday at 1 o'clock Chicago time. Make sure you tune in and subscribe to the channel and share these shows with everyone you know.